I think they would tell you that I am hopeful, optimistic, always looking for the greater good. I always say everything always pans out. So I think that would be the intrinsic. I'm sure they would say some mean things too, but that's, I think, the most important things they would say. Finding solutions, because everything always pans out. So the idea is you come across a situation and your goal, your job is to find how to deal with it, how to best make a negative situation. There's always opportunities and how to find them and what they are. That's what motivates me, to find the positive solution, to find the point of why things the way they are. There's always something good to come out of it. My thing is wealth inequality, and it has always been a topic on my mind. Why are things the way they are? Why is the distribution of things so as it is? It's just not fair. And I've always looked for solutions. I've always considered what could make a difference. What could I personally do to make a difference? Since I was a small kid, my idea was always to change the world. And I never really found my niche of where that is. And now I think I have. So it's the desperate need to make a difference in the biggest problems that we have. Now, I know there's the environment and there's a lot of other problems, but wealth inequality is, for me, a fundamental problem that we have to solve. Well, there's a history of it, right? There's the feudal system that has existed since the Middle Ages, where there were landowners and there were serfs. Everyone else, it was either the landowners or everybody who was working. It's still that way today. There are the shareholders and there are everybody else who's just working. And that's where this inequality comes from. But your question was, why is that so important for me? And the reason that that's so important is it's just basically not fair. There's so many things that are unfair in this world. But this is something that we have control over. This is something we can change. It's man-made. We decided that this is the way it is, and it doesn't have to be. We can change that. We may not be able to change the seasons. We may not be able to change disease, maybe. But this is something that is totally in our control. And it's not only in the control of the shareholders, but it's in the control of all of us. I totally have a vision, and I understand. First, I have to say, to communicate the idea. The reason that this idea is hard to communicate or to translate to people's lives is because everybody's busy. Everybody's doing their thing. They have to have enough money to pay for their children's meals and education and sneakers and whatever it is. They're busy. I understand that. This is not, my thing is not everybody's thing. And so I understand that when I'm talking about this, people are saying, yeah, but I have to work now and I have to do this, and they're busy. I mean, Obama talked about that, how people are busy doing their things, and it's not because they don't care about the environment or they don't care about inequality, but they're busy doing their things. And so my idea is to translate the way things are, this economic situation, this economic inequality, into a verse, and within a context that everyone understands. That's what a little bit the problem also is right now people have not been addressed. Only the shareholders have been addressed until now, and not the consumers, the people who are actually driving, making the shareholders wealthier. All of us, everyone. look, there's people who are driving the economy. There are people who are consuming. There are people who are buying things and are living their daily lives and buying iPhones, and they're buying fruits and vegetables, and they're buying things, and that's making a small part. They're buying chocolate. That's making a small percentage of the population wealthier, because they own those companies that make that. And so these people, so it's kind of like the feudal system still, because these are the workers, and they're contributing to the wealth of the property owners, the shareholders. And so why don't they realize this? Because nobody's talking to them about this. Nobody's talking to them at eye level about, this is the way, look, please look at this. This is the way it is. Why aren't the shareholders talking to that? Why aren't the people who are? Because what's in it for them? I mean, it's not. I'm not talking about making this a Marxist society. I'm not talking about everybody owning equally everything. I'm talking about everybody owning everything, but to different degrees. And I don't think it would affect the people who are shareholders today if more people were shareholders tomorrow. I don't think it would affect their wealth at all. But it would be just a fairer distribution of everything. And everyone has a stake as a consumer, as a